Krishna everyone. I welcome you all in the second video of the series Face the Change. In the first video we discussed about how changes are an integral part of our life and how we can manage these changes by a simple formula. Face the change. Yes, face is faith, attitude, communicate and embrace. In the last video we discussed about the faith, and in today's video we'll discuss the attitude. It is so scary to drive these days. Is it because of the bad roads and bad traffic? No, there is one more angle to it now. Road rage. You try stopping an overspeeding car, or your car just brushed against another car by chance, or you didn't give way to a car trying to overtake you. You could be beaten. Not just beaten mercilessly to death. Yes, that's the kind of tolerance we see in people these days. Just zero tolerance. And then we get to hear teens committing suicide over very trivial issues as trivial as their parents refuse to get them a new smartphone, or maybe over a breakup or bad results. Zero tolerance for rejections. Right attitude of tolerance is so vital these days in the age of hypocrisy, stress, fear, insecurity, self-centeredness, pressures. In fact, this life is all about changes, it's all about dualities, ups and downs, fortunes, misfortunes, highs and lows. And Krishna in Bhagavad Gita advises us to learn to tolerate when we face such unexpected changes in our life. In Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, Krishna is saying, Matra sparshastu kwantya shitoshna sukh dukkhada agma paino nityas tamse tikshasva bharata. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception of cycle of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Yes, Krishna is advising us to learn to tolerate. I'm sure it is very difficult to tolerate, but this is the only quality which can help us manage any kind of changes in our life. And somehow, but there is a misconception. People think being tolerant means weak. If you are tolerant, you are considered to be weak. That's completely false. Tolerance means strength. Tolerance means shows how strong you are. Pandavas tolerated so much, be it poisoning of being young being, and then conspiracy to burn them, or their wealth and the entire kingdom was taken away, their wife was insulted. They tolerated so much, but they were not weak because they retaliated at the right time. Prahlad Maharaj, young boy, he tolerated so much. His demonic father did everything to harm him, to kill him. He tolerated because he was not weak. He was so strong that he did not give up to the wrong desires of his father. A soldier posted in the extreme conditions on the borders of the country. He is not weak. He is so strong that he tolerates all the extreme conditions to execute, to perform his duty. A mother, she tolerates so much in the entire process of giving the birth and then to the raising of the child. She is not weak. She tolerates because she is so strong. She is the one who turns a small infant into a big adult. So tolerance means strength. It shows how strong you are. There is a very beautiful saying which goes like, the greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude. Yes, this right attitude of tolerance helps you to manage the dualities of life and insecurities, your mood swings. Tolerance is maturity. It helps you to remain calm and it gives you a lot of peace. It teaches you to focus on your goals and tolerate all the distractions on the way. Tolerance, it teaches you to select your words wisely and and save your energy for the right purpose and the right time. So now the question arises, how to develop this virtue of tolerance. It's not very difficult. Living a simple, meaningful, purposeful life helps you develop this quality of tolerance. Prahlad Maharaj, despite being so small, he could tolerate because he was living a purposeful, meaningful life where the center of his life was Lord. And then not getting carried away by the dualities of life. Pandavas, they could tolerate because all under all circumstances they remained equipoised. They did not change. And then accepting change as the only constant in life that helps you develop this virtue of tolerance. A mother tolerates so much. When she becomes a mother, her life literally becomes a roller coaster, changes all through, but she accepts them. That is why she is able to tolerate. And then you identify your immediate and your long-term goals and focus on them. That really helps you to develop tolerance. A soldier, he knows his long-term goal is to protect the country, so he tolerates all the extreme conditions and performs his duty. In short, for example, for the short-term goal, suppose you are going for an interview and somebody provokes you. So the one thing is you tolerate that provocation and you move on and give your interview, right? Or the other could be, you try to indulge in an argument with the person who's trying to provoke you. But in the second case, you in the argument, your mood might get spoiled, which might hamper your performance in the interview. So you have to see that your immediate goal is to perform well in the interview. So you should avoid the unnecessary distractions. Being respectful and minding your language is really important. Yudhishthir Maharaj, he was so respectful and he always used good words for his enemies also. Being in a good physical and mental well-being also helps you develop tolerance. For example, an athlete, if he's physically and mentally he is in good condition, he will tolerate all the urges, which distracts him from his goal, like urges for eating junk food or sleeping late at night or not following a good physical routine. So if he's in good physical and mental well-being, he would be able to tolerate all these urges and would be able to focus on his goal. And last but the most important is meditation. Yes, meditate on Lord, meditate on his names, chant his names. That gives you inner strength. They say when there is no storm inside, then nothing from outside can disturb you. No storm from outside can disturb you when you are, when you are at peace within. And now another question comes: how to develop this tolerance in our young kids? Of course, apart from following all these steps, we can introduce some more steps for inculcating this virtue of tolerance in our kids. The most effective and the most promising way to develop tolerance in our kid is lead by example. Show them the tolerance by your exemplary behavior, and then restrict their screen time. Don't expose them to unnecessary violent movies or games. Let them spend more time with nature. Engage them in games, simpler games, in group activities. All these small little steps helps in developing the virtue of tolerance gradually over a period of time. I hope you like this video. We'll see you soon in my next video discussing the next step, that is the communicate. Look forward to see you all in this journey of parenting the Krishna way. Hare Krishna.